Alright, so I'm modeling this computer table over here based on this lineup that I have over here. So there are two different topologies that I use here, either which is fine. Okay, just that the second one that I did over here is a little bit neater. Let me just turn off the wireframes and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's subdivided. So if I press number 3 for this, you can see that it subdivides very nicely with the nice rounded corners like that. So how do you model this kind of nice corners, okay, for your tabletop or for anything for that matter? Alright, so there are some rules that you need to follow. So I'll just start from the beginning. I'll put these two aside and I'll start with a simple plane. And I will reduce the number of subdivisions to 0. And I'll bring this up and then place it against the side here. So I already have the lineup over here. So I will just put the pivot point for this plane. Press D and then place the pivot point on the edge here. Control Shift right mouse click to reorient it to the world. Press D again to get out. Then I'm going to place it against the wall. Then I'm going to scale this up until I can see it on the reference here. On my reference here, I already turned it to wireframe mode so that I can judge what is the approximate size. So right now, using the scaling tool, I'm going to scale it right to the width of the table and then extend the length. Switching over to vertex or edge mode, I'm going to go to edge mode. Then use the move tool and then extend it until to the approximate width of the table. Now if I take a close look over here, I need to turn on my zoom it. Okay, so if you take a close look at this section here, okay, my zoom it somehow is not working. Let me click. Okay, let me just restart my zoom it again. Okay, so if you take a look at over here, the table extends all the way here like that. There's a slight taper and then I want to create a subdivision over here. So I will first select my desk. Okay, for some reason the desk suddenly is not visible. Let me press Alt 5 to turn on wireframe. So for some reason I can't seem to see it visible over here. Let me put this. Okay, I think I accidentally recreated this image plane. Let me delete away this image plane and undo. Okay, I have to undo. For some reason I think I have accidentally removed the image plane. Okay, and then let's go to wireframe. Yeah, okay, now I'm back to where it is. Okay, so selecting this, you can see over here, right at the corner here, this is where the subdivisions. I will just include one cut right about here. And then I will select this edge, press Q, go to edge mode, select this edge and extrude. Now I'm going to use the move tool and pull out until I reach at the edge, okay, of the table here. So this table looks like it's a very elongated L-shaped table. So I'm going to push this back a little bit. Okay, right about this. Okay, so this makes more sense. It seems that this table, it has a lot of depth to it. And also there's a slight taper, so I'm going to grab the vertex and slide it in until it matches the shape over here. Alright, so for a number of the tables that I observe, right, most of you just simply extrude it out like that and then add a bunch of edge loops and then that's it. Okay, so that is not the right way to do it. Okay, so for what I see is that the plane is extruded, alright, and then after that, right, I see a lot of students, right, just simply adding a bunch of edge loops. So I'll show you the wrong example. So you extrude or insert a bunch of supporting edge loops like that, and then press 3 and then just hope for the best. And then you can see this one is not working. Alright, I got an inverted face at the bottom. So I'll show you the correct way. Let me just undo that and go back to level 1 again. Alright, the thing is, if you want to create a nice rounded corner, like what you see in the example here, you have to first we have to extrude this. We got no choice. We have to extrude the edge first. So I'm going to select all of this. Then I will extrude the faces. And then I'll just pull it up. Just extrude one small edge like that. Okay, then after that, we will work with one of the top faces, alright, to round off the corners. The first thing we need to select are these edges over here. Now, to make it a bit easier, I'm going to isolate select. The isolate select button is here. Go over to edge mode, select these edges over here. Not this one, only the corners. You want to select only the corner edges like that. And this one as well. Then apply a bevel. Control B or shift right mouse click and then bevel. Add about 4 segments, and then you can see that now we are rounding off the corners just like that. Okay, once you have done this, you want to get rid of the top faces because we want to clean up the topology a little bit. So I'll just get rid of the I'll get rid of all the bottom faces because we're going to rebuild all of this again. We're just going to leave the top faces. So you can go to front view, go over to face selection, and then drag a box to the bottom face like that, so that the bottom faces are selected. Then you just press delete. You only want to have the top section here, and then we want to clean up the geometry or the topology here. We're going to use a number of tools, right, to help us to accomplish that. Okay, first of all, we want to clean up these edges here. So we're going to select all these edges and I'm going to get rid of them. Yeah, you can just drag a box over them. Then press Ctrl Delete to remove them. Okay, unfortunately, when I press Ctrl Delete, these vertices here will also be removed. So I want to keep these edges for now. And press Ctrl Delete. Okay, unfortunately, it will still disappear. Okay, never mind. We will just keep this here for now, and then we'll just redo our topology because we really want to keep the nice curve around here. So we can skip that, go over the vertex, and do our connection. So let's select these 2 vertices. Let me just maximize the view. Select these 2 vertices, and then apply a connect component. Now you notice when I connect the component, it seems to shrink down a little bit. So if that happens, right, don't use connect. We'll use the cutting tool. Use the multi-cut tool. Go to edge mode. Shift and then go to multi-cut. You'll start from this corner all the way to this corner like that. Click and drag to cut. Okay, we'll do it with this one. Go over to vertex mode so that you can see the vertices a bit better. So start with the edge, left mouse click and drag. Hover over the edge, left mouse click and drag, and then cut. And then we'll cut from here to here. Okay, right now what we are doing is we are trying to recreate or redo the topology so everything is nice and four-sided. So I'm cutting all the way across like that. And this one I will cut from here and all the way to here. Press enter. Okay, so and then these 2 vertices from here to here, I want to connect them like that. Okay, by doing this, right, I've created these as 4-sided faces. You want to make sure that when you cut, right, you are splitting them and make it into 4-sided faces. So you have to do this for all the points like that. When you are beveling, right, you make sure you bevel with a even number so that we can do this kind of triangular fence. It looks like triangles, but actually these are 4-sided faces as well. Alright, so we fix these areas, these 4-sided areas, so they'll subdivide well. Let's take a look at this area here. Okay, practically all of these are four-sided, but I think we can do better. So I'm going to rearrange the topology a little bit. Let's use the sliding tool, Control Shift, and then slide this further away. This one as well, slide this further away. Hold on, Control Shift, and then move to. And for this one, I'm going to use this ZX move plane to pull it up a little bit. And then this one, I'll just slide it downwards. Then as for this edge, I'm going to get rid of this edge. Press Ctrl D to get rid of this edge. And okay, I want this edge to cut through here. So I'll use the multi-cut tool to cut from here. Okay, I need to select the object first. Shift right mouse, go to edge mode. Shift right mouse click. Okay, it doesn't want to select the edge. Let's try again. Shift right mouse click, go to multi-cut. Cut. We're going to just cut through directly here first. And all the way here. Alright, so we do some cleanup now. Go over to the edge here. Select these two edges, Control Delete. Okay, that will dissolve the edge. Alright, so now we have a slightly better topology over here. And we can switch to vertex mode and do our move and slide again. So basically I just want to recreate this round curvature around here. Okay, so now we end up with another additional multi-sided face over here. So we're going to try to fix this by combining these two together. So merging these two together, so that these will become four-sided faces. So we can select these two. Okay, I can select this edge. Let me see whether I can dissolve this. No, I think I'll merge these together. So collapse the edge. Then same for this one. Collapse the edge by repeating the command. Same for these edges over here. G, press G to repeat last command for the edge. Okay, so essentially I fixed this area. Now these are four-sided edges. Okay, although I will probably now slide this up. Okay, so I think this is good enough. Let me check the edges, the faces are there all flat together. Let's go to the front view. Okay, it seems that all the vertices are flat. I'll just select all the vertices and flatten them again. Okay, now we have good topology. Everything is four-sided. We are ready to extrude out all the faces. So switch over the face, select all the faces. Okay, and then press Ctrl E, and then we extrude it upwards or downwards, up to you. But please check the color. Let's go to shaded view and check. Make sure there are no black faces. If there is, please use the mesh display to conform and reverse. And I think even when it's non-subdivided, it actually looks pretty good. But however, when we subdivide this shape right now, we end up with this weird looking result. We want the hard corners to be running across the edge here. So how do we do that? So we first select the face loop. Okay, select one face, shift, select, and select all the face loop. Then we want to convert the face, right? Convert the face selection into an edge perimeter. So this tool, I don't see a lot of you guys using it yet, but it's very, very useful. For example, I only want to select the edge loop. Now, you can double click and select, but the problem is when it reaches the corner here, for this type of face, it will not continue to select. Okay, so the easiest, fastest way is to use selection conversion. So select the face loop, then hold down to Control, right mouse click, then choose to edges to edge perimeter. And see instantly Maya selects all the edge perimeter top and bottom for me. The reason why I want to select this is very simple, because I want to bevel this. So shift right mouse click and bevel the edge. Give it 2 segments. Reduce the fraction, holding down the Control, until it's a very tight edge. So now when I press number 3, I got a very nice rounded edge like that. Okay, so that's how you create this nice round corner. So that is method number 1, all right, which you can do. Method number 2 is not too different. Now, method number 2 is you first create the outline of the shape first, and then you fill up the shape, and then you can see the topology of this shape is much cleaner. Okay, although there are much more lines being used. Okay, you can use the first method that I demonstrated. I'm going to demonstrate the second method, which is following this type of topology. Okay, so first, same thing again. We're going to create a face. Okay, I don't know why I keep creating this cone, but I'm going to get rid of this cone. Okay, create a plane again. Reduce the number of subdivisions. Okay, and then bring it up to the alignment. Same thing again, I'm going to press D to switch the pivot point here. Control Shift right mouse click and set it to world axis. Press D again to get out. And move this plane until it touches the wall. And we just basically repeat the steps again. Just extend the length roughly to the width. Then we can switch over to the edge mode. Press W and extrude it out. Insert one more edge loop here. Right about, roughly about here. Okay. And then select this edge here. Okay, I think I accidentally inserted another edge loop. Okay, I'm gonna do it one more time. For some reason, okay, I'm gonna redo everything again. For some reason, I think I pressed the wrong key combination and changed the way the thing is shading. Okay. Okay, I don't know what's wrong with the shading here. It seems that there are two edges over here. Okay, anyway, let's continue from here. Okay, I think I know why now. I need to go to level 1. Just now I was in level 2. Alright, press W, hold down Shift to extrude. Alright, so we got our basic shape now. Let's go to vertex and then create a taper. Alright, same thing again. We are going to extrude these faces until we have the corner edges like that. And the next thing is actually I'm going to delete away the faces. Yes, you heard me. I'm going to delete away the faces and the bottom faces as well, so that we only have this extruded edge like that. Then we're going to isolate select. We're going to select the corners again, the edges. Let me maximize the view. Only the hard corners. You do not want to select the edge along the flat face. Then press Ctrl B, give it 4 segments like that, and then you can see we have our rounded corners again. Alright, next thing we want to do is to select the top edge loop like that and fill it up. Fill hole. Select the top face, okay, the filled hole, and then extrude face, and then we're going to use offset, holding down Control and offset it inwards. Okay, this will help us create this nice rounded edge loop like that. Now the bottom edge face, we don't need this anymore. We can delete them away. So we end up with this flat face looking like that. And then using the same technique as what we did earlier on, we will just use the multi-cut tool. Okay, use the multi-cut tool. So hover your knife over the edge until it's highlighted, left mouse click and drag until it stops at the vertex and cuts right across like that. Press enter to finish the cut. So I'm going to cut this one all the way to here. this one from all the way to here, this one all the way across for now. Okay, maybe I'll just cut it across here like that. Okay, we fixed the area here now. Now let's take a look at this area here. So we want to maybe cut across here to here. Press enter. And then maybe from here to here. So we created our four-sided faces just like that. Okay, now let's do some cleanup. Now we need to remove this edge. So go over to edge, select this edge, Control Delete to dissolve it. Please don't just press delete for edges, just press Control Delete. Otherwise you have floating vertices. And still got one more. We need to connect these two. We can connect. Okay, unfortunately when I connect, I see this thing turn into a diamond shape. I don't want to do that. There probably is some setting that I couldn't get it to work. So let's go back to edge mode. I'm going to use the knife tool again, multi-cut. Let's reset the tool. Cut from here to here. Okay, fix this corner from here to here. And from here, click and drag, press enter, press enter. Alright, that's it. We created a nice topology edge. And the good thing about this one is that we can select an edge loop across it, right? It should run continuously because everything is nice and four-sided. Alright, so now I select all the faces. Just double click to select all the faces and extrude the face. You can, if you extrude it downwards, everything will turn black. That is normal. So to fix it, go to object mode, mesh display, and reverse. Alright, so of course if you were to press number 3, we're going to get that weird shape again. Alright, so we can fix that easily by selecting the edge loops, the top edge loop, and shift, double click, select the bottom edge loop, and then press Ctrl B, give it 2 segments, reduce the fraction while holding down Control, and we have our table nicely done. If we press number 3, you can see that now we have a nice rounded corner like that with good topology. Alright, so that's how you create your proper table. Okay, let me unhide and show you all the different tables that I've done. Okay, so you can see the topology for each of the tables are different. Okay, but generally they follow the same rule. Okay, so this is the latest one that I created. This is the previous one that I did, which I cut across like that. Okay, actually the previous one that is based on this is this one here. Okay, so whichever method you use, as long as you cut and reflow your topology so that everything is four-sided, then you subdivide nicely. Okay, so with that I'll end the video.